uploaded in our group. Okay. So let's go specimen. So first, please hold on a second. Hello. Okay, sorry, I got a call. So it says an experiment is performed and you have given an expression. Use the data in one to calculate the speed V. Okay, so we got to use this 1.8. Length is 126 times 10 raised to minus 2. Make sure you change it. And M is 5.1 times 10 raised to minus 3 because you want everything to be in SI units. Remember that? Okay, so then okay, so the speed here is 21 meters per second. All right. So you can also write 21.1, that would be fine. Now, then it says use your answer in table to use your answer in table, calculate the absolute uncertainty in V. Fine. Now, to find the absolute uncertainty, we need to do V over V, like this, right? Check the formula. Let me write the formula like this, so I know what's happening. Now we have delta uncertainty T over T. Then we have plus, just leave some spaces, L upon L plus delta M upon M. And with every there's an under root. Under root is basically half. So you're going to multiply half with everything because that's the only power there. And then because these are given in percentages, so you can add them. Just put it in. So it is 5%. This is 1%. This is 2%. Okay. So what you do then? 2.5%, 0.5%, 1%. You add all of them together. 4%, right? So 4% is the uncertainty in this, and to find the absolute uncertainty, we have to find 4% times V. So 4% is 0.04. We just found out to be 21.1. And then what you do? You just 0.84. Now uncertainty has to be one significant figure only, so we'll write 0.9. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Wait, how is it 9? Isn't it 0.8?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It has to be 0.8. That is correct. Okay. Then define acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. Now, most of the students, they make mistake is they write rate of change of velocity per unit time. So if you add per unit time, it means you're dividing it again by time, because rate of change already means dividing by time. Now, first of all, they say what is Vx? Vx is this. So Vx would be V cos 28. Do we have P? So it says it hits the top of wall at time this, fine. So S is 24, horizontal, right? And time is 1.5. So we are just going to use S upon T. And now let's put it in 24 divided by 1.5. Divided by cos of 28. So it is 18 meters per second. All right. Now it says show that the initial vertical component of y of the ball is this. Initial vertical components, because we have Vx. We don't have V, we have just Vx. And yes.
How was it 18? I got 16.
You got 16. It's on my calculator.
Why are you doing cosine?
Because it says calculate the horizontal component.
But you found it.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I found V though. Sorry. Okay, so this is just 24 divided by 1.5, right? 16. You're right. Now this is 16. This is unknown, and we want to find Vy. Okay, so we can use tan. Now tan theta, which means tan of 28, is going to be perpendicular, which is Vy, over this. So tan 28 times 16. So it is 8.5 meters per second shown. Okay, then calculate time taken for the ball to reach the maximum height. Okay, so for my height is SUV 80. We want to find this. Initial velocity, we found it as 8.5. Final should be 0 at maximum height. It is going against gravity, so we're going to use this minus, and time we don't know. So the best way is to use 2as, v square minus u square, 2 times minus 9.81 times h, 0 square minus 8.5 square. Okay, now let's do this. 8.5 square divided by 9.81 divided by 2. So that would be 3.7 meters. Oh, what is happening? It says maximum time, and I found height. Sorry, I don't need this. I want time. Okay, I need to find it. So you can use v is equal to u plus 80, then 0. This will be 8.5 plus 9.81, which is minus, and time. So it is 0.87 seconds. All right. Okay. Okay, this wasn't that bad. And then we are going down. Okay, the ball is kicked at time 0. Assume that the vertical component Vy of the velocity of the ball is positive in upward direction. Sketch the, okay. So when it was kicked, right? Okay. For this, I just, okay, that's fine. So 8.5 was, would be, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 8.5, right? So I found 8.5. So your line should start from here and it should pass 0 at 0.87. So 0.87 would be 82468, somewhere here. And then all you need to do is you take a straight line and extend it till, it should pass to 2 points and extend it till 1.5, like this. So that should be the line. It is straight because the gradient would be minus 9.81, you should remember. Then says calculate the maximum height above the ground. So, well, this is something we already did it in previous part because I don't know. My brain isn't functioning. So for height, you could take the area under the graph, or you could do what I did previously. Both I think would be correct. So by taking area under the graph, this is half times 8.5 times 0.87. Yeah. And when you do this, .7 meters. So that should be your answer. Okay. All right, so that's pretty easy. And then it says maximum gravitational potential energy of the ball above the ground is this. Calculate the mass. So mgh equals to 22, 9.81, and the height is 3.7. 22 divided by 9.81 divided by 3.7. So it should be 0.60 kilograms, I think. Okay, please do verify the answers, all right? Okay. All right, then we got like a ball is greater, mass is kicked with the same velocity. Air resistance is negligible. State and explain the effect of any of the increased mass on the time taken by ball. I don't think so there will be any effect.
सर आज ये वाला पेपर करना था
आज स्पेसिमेन करना था ना
अच्छा
नहीं किया था
बोला नहीं था शायद
मैंने क्लास में कहा था करना था चलो you can do it later then verify through this
नहीं ये तो मैं कर चुका हूँ ये तो मेरे मॉक्स में आया था
okay so that's great so first of all you guys need to understand same velocity means acceleration would not be like mass has no effect on
सर पर नेक्स्ट डे के लिए वही है ना स्केड्यूल या कुछ और है
whatever on that day the paper is
okay sir
mass
okay,
has no effect on acceleration all right because it is independent of acceleration due to gravity, right? So you guys need to understand that a box of 10 kg and a box of 2 kg both feel the same acceleration due to gravity. That has nothing to do with their mass, okay? So do remember that. Then it says divine force. Force का एक ही definition, it is the rate of change of momentum. What is meant by work done? Okay, work is the force times displacement in the direction of force. So that's work done. Now it says calculate the initial energy of the block. So this is the mass, constant speed, no resistive force. Okay. So we can use half of this. And 0.30 whole square. 0.5. So what did I do? Okay. So this is 0.018 joules. Okay, that's pretty good. And then it says this is the graph. Assume the elastic potential energy spring when it's compressed is equal to initial kinetic energy. Fine. Use your answer B to calculate the maximum force. So we have 0.018 equals to half times F max times 8.0 times 10 raised to minus 2. You have to convert it into meters because this is in centimeters. Always check out these things. Okay, so 0.018 times 2 divided by 8.0 divided by 10 raised to power minus 2. So it has to be 0.45 newtons. Okay. Then it says calculate the maximum deceleration. So that has to be F equals to ma. And we have, force as 0.45, mass as 0.40, acceleration. Pretty simple. This will be 1.125. Okay, so that this is not appropriately significant figure. You have to write 1.1 or 1.13. Okay. Now, state and explain whether block is in equilibrium before it hits the yes in equilibrium because it had constant velocity. When the speed becomes zero, so it is decelerating, right? Deceleration is due to resultant force. So not in equilibrium. Okay, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Oh, all right. Then the block is now replaced by another block of same mass. Friction force effect, the motion of blocks, it is speed of this. When it makes contact with the spring. A short time later, the block has a speed of this. It loses contact with the spring. Calculate the magnitude of change in momentum. So if it is going in this direction at 0.25 and then it is coming back into this direction at 0.15. So let's take right side as negative and this is positive because it is a vector quantity, right? So the change in momentum will be mass 0.40 times 0.15 minus mass 0.40 and minus 0.25. So plus, so this will be 0.16 really. Centimeter में तो कुछ नहीं था. Yes, that's fine. If you have any questions, please let me know. I just want to tell you कि direction देखनी है, okay? So that's very, very important. All right, now going to the next one. By reference to what is meant by transverse wave. So perpendicular oscillation to the direction of energy transfer. State the principle of superposition. Two waves. So first point would be two waves meet at a point resultant displacement is equal to sum of the individual displacements at that point. So please do write that. Then you have to this and this say calculate the wavelength. Dippers vibrate in phase of a period of this to produce this. So V is equal to dippers vibrate with a period and with lambda upon T. So lambda will be 4.0 times 1.5. So this is 6 centimeter. So you write 6.0. Don't write 6, okay? Make sure you follow the significant figures. And then calculate the path difference R, PQ in terms of wavelength of the waves. Okay, so the path difference here, if you can see, 44 and 29. So 44 minus 29 would be the path difference. 15. Okay, then what you do? Path difference equals to n lambda. So lambda was 6, so n will be 15 divided by 6. So that's 2.5 lambdas. Right. Now, describe the motion in any water at R. Because it is 2.5, right? So anything that is like 0.5 or factor of 0.5 means destructive interference, right? So we are going to say that the waves are antiphase at 180 degrees. Hence, zero displacement seen. Because both are similar waves, so they are going to cancel out each other. Right? If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay. Now this one. Okay. So state one angle of transmission axis to vertical that results no transmitted. Always when you turn it to 90 degrees, right? So it is going to stop the transmission. Then they have given you that the intensity of transmitted, intensity of incident is basically 0.75. Okay, fine. Calculate angle theta. So we know the formula. I equals to I naught times cos square theta, right? So I over I naught is equal to 0.75. They've already given this. And this then can be equal to cos square theta. So you can take under root and then cos of inverse. Find that. So let's do that. So the angle has to be 30 degrees. Okay, it's pretty simple. Then it says calculate the ratio amplitude, intensity. Okay, intensity, you know that it is a square, right? You want to find the amplitude. Okay, so I1, I2 equals to A1 square over A2 square, as you know. Now, A1 over A2 is equal to, I'm talking about transmitted and incident. And this will be under root of intensity of transmitted or intensity of incident, right? Like that. So what you do then, this whole factor was actually 0.75. So we're going to take under root. This comes out to be 0.87. Pretty good, right? So between accelerations, it would be this. Any questions now? All right, now going to this one. Says show that the total resistance is given by the expression. Fine. So what you do, first of all, as you can see, this is a parallel combination. If I were you, I would solve it like this. First, I will write voltage V across each R1, each resistor is same. So then I would write I will be equal to I1, I2 plus I3. Now, since you know V is equal to IR and I equals to V upon R, so V upon R equals to V over R1 plus V over R2 plus V over R3. Then I would write it like this. Well, I wouldn't do the step I've just done, but just for your own sake. So it will be 2 marks. Proved. Okay. Now, by considering the energy, explain why the potential difference across the terminal of the battery is less than the EMF. Right? So you already know. Well, maybe you know. All right. So you only need to write that sum of the energy is dissipated in the internal resistance. Okay. Then it says 25 kilocoulombs passes through battery. Calculate the total energy transferred by battery. Okay, so we have the voltage. We have the connected external resistance of 12x. There's nothing else, right? Okay, so we just have charge. So energy equals to voltage times charge. So voltage is 12, I believe. Yeah, no, it's 6. And this is 2.5 times 10 raised to 3. That is 15,000 joules. Okay. Pretty simple. Now you go forward. Number of electrons passes through the battery. Now, one electron has a charge of 1.6 times 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Then how many electrons will be there in 2.5 times 10 raised to 3? You cross multiply. I think there are going to be so many electrons. Oh my God. 1.56 into 10 raised to power 22 electrons. Wow. Big number, huh? So if you have any questions, please let me know. Then combined resistance of external and thermistor X connected in pair 4.8. Calculate the resistance X. So that's 12. Okay. So 1 upon R. So 1 upon 4.8. 1 upon 12. 1 upon X. Okay, so let me write Rx. Acha, now what we're going to do? 1 divided by 4.8 minus 1 divided by 12. This is 0.125 equals to 1 upon Rx. Rx is going to be 1 divided by answer 8. So I'm going to write 8.0 because of the significant figures. Okay. Now use your answers, determine the ratio. Power. Okay. Interesting. Which power equation should we use here? I think it would be best to use V square over R. Because they will have the same voltages, right? So voltage is just going to cancel out. This is Rx and this is 12. So it will go up, that will come down. So 12 over 8 is, I don't know, 1.5 ohms. Oh, 1.5, no ohms. The temperature of thermistor X is now decreased. State and explain the effect in any of the temperature change in the total power produced by the battery. Okay. Now, if the temperature is decreased, then of course the resistance will increase, right? So I'm going to write resistance of thermistor increases. How many marks? 3 marks. Okay. Second part. So overall resistance increases, current decreases. Now, if the current decreases, so power equals to VI, hence power decreases. Like that, okay? All right, let me know if you need help again on anything. Okay, 7. State the number of protons and number of neutrons in nucleus X. X decays by emitting beta particles to form a new nucleus Na. Na plus beta 2311 equals to X. So this should be, I think, 12 and 23. So number of protons should be 12. 12 minus 23 is 11. Okay. State one similarity between this and this. Same mass. So also, just need to remember all physical properties. State the quark composition of meson. So meson is always a quark and an anti-quark. It says hadron consists of 2 down quarks and 1 charm quark. Determine the charge on hadron. 2 down, 1 charm. Minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3. Plus 2 by 3. 0. Yay. That's it? That's it. Yes. Now you can stop the recording. And if you have any questions, please let me know.